Hello and welcome to the Roncyreport. My name is Monte Burris and I'm with the WB Group at Keller Williams Referred Urban, and I'm your High Park Roncesvalles specialist. So you may have heard I've had a listing. I haven't been on the Roncyreport for just over a week now, and I apologize, but I'm pretty busy with a big listing at 35 High Park Boulevard. 35 High Park Boulevard was one of those great High Park mansions. It's the southeast corner of Indian Road and High Park Boulevard, and it's sold in conjunction with what makes up part of its backyard now, which is city address 155 Indian Road. So marketed separately, these two properties in total combined for a listing price of $2.85 million. This house was sold in 2011 to a lovely couple who have since then poured a lot of money into this property, restoring it, adding modern kitchens, modern bathrooms, in-floor heating. It's really been done to the nines, and it shows so nicely. If you didn't get a chance to see this fine property, take a look at www.35highpark.com, and you can see what this truly original and very, very beautiful house looks like. So I put that house on the market last Monday, immediately got a bully offer and delayed and delayed and delayed, and finally could not delay any longer. And so we looked at offers on Friday night. We had 3 offers come to the table, and as I mentioned, the list price was $2.85 million, and I had 3 offers come to the table, and the winners, congratulations to them, paid $3.3 million for this property. It is the first house in the neighborhood to surpass $3 million, and it is also the first house in the neighborhood to surpass $2.5 million. Congratulations to my sellers. You really did build a beautiful house here, and congratulations to those buyers, because this is very, very unique and special property. A couple other sales to talk about in the neighborhood. The first one is 81 Fuller. I mentioned this to you last week. This was a 2-story semi-detached, a Victorian semi on Fuller. It had been run down a little bit. I gather there was an older lady that's been living there for quite some years and hasn't really done much to keep it restored. But if you looked at the neighboring property, you could see all of the original Victorian brickwork. A lot of the original Victorian details had been hidden behind paneling, etc. But what could be a really nice house, fantastic oversized garage in the backyard, and this house was listed at $649,000 and sold on multiple offers for $781,081, which is a lot of money, I would say, given the amount of work that this 2-story semi-detached required. But good on you. You got a nice little Victorian on a quiet street. Another house that I talked about last week was 87 Galley Avenue. 87 Galley Avenue is a 2.5-story detached house with laneway access and parking in the back. Lovely house sitting on the south side. This property also needed some work, in my opinion, and for that reason it was marketed at $1.149 million. It sold in multiple offers for $1,252,000. Congratulations to those sellers and to those buyers as well. And finally, the last sale in the neighborhood that I want to discuss was that multiplex at 195 Sororum. It was marketed for the longest time at $1,250,000. They reduced the price down to $1,190,000, and that was enough to make somebody snap, and they did, and they purchased it for $1,155,000. Fully leveraged, I believe this delivers about a 1.5% to 2% return, fully leveraged, depending upon your mortgage rate. Definitely pays for itself, and if somebody is living in it, then it's a fantastic deal. You're going to get your mortgage covered by your tenants, and good for you. Now let's talk about what we got new on the market here. Just 2 properties I want to discuss. The first one is 15 Indian Grove. This is a flip. This was a property that is a 2-story detached on a 29 by 150 foot lot. It was very much a leaning house. It's that part of Indian Grove where there's obviously underground currents. The house settled and is quite leaning. They have restored this house, renovated extensively. I kind of thought that this thing was going to be bulldozed, to be honest with you, but they've found a way to renovate it and restore it. Still looks pretty leaning from the outside, in my opinion, and it is marketed at $799,000. We'll see what happens there. It's been on the market for a while, I have to tell you. It's been already 8 days, so obviously there's still something about it that isn't just quite right, and the market's telling us that. Just on today, 30 Fermanagh. 30 Fermanagh is a lovely 2.5-story semi-detached, marketed at $899,900. It is a beautiful 2.5-story semi-detached with 5 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and a separate entrance but unfinished basement, marketed at just under $900,000. This should see plenty of activity, and I wish the sellers luck. That's the Roncy Report for June 3rd. It's June already, folks. That's great news for all of us. My name is Monte Burris with the WB Group. I look forward to chatting with you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.